you doing, jerk-offs? It is me, Daniel Muggleton, coming to you live from the City of Angels. Oh yeah, Los Angeles, California. I'm over here having a little holiday, like aging, turning 30. Yeah, gonna do that in Las Vegas because I am trash, and I think that is pretty funny. No, so I'm sorry about the audio quality on this bit. I promise you, the episode itself sounds its usual perfect pitch, but I couldn't bring my podcasting equipment with me, so I've had to record this through the laptop. Please do forgive me because we have a great guest today, the very funny Phil Wang. Phil Wang, if you're a UK person, you will know very well. He's been all over the TV. And if you're an Australian listening to this, he's been at the Melbourne International Comedy Festival last couple of years, seen on the gala, sold out shows, and he's even popped up on Netflix doing a cheeky little 15 on the stand-ups because Netflix loves metrics and they realize most people watch comedy specials for about 15 minutes. Wait, did I say comedy specials? Speaking of, have you seen it yet? Have you seen my comedy special available now worldwide on Amazon Prime? It is called Let's Never Hang Out. If you could check it out, that would be dope. And if you like it, please do give it a little review, a little star rating, because, well, in the UK it's going well. 8 reviews, 5 stars, every single one. In the US and Australia, not so much. One person gave me 1 star because they accidentally bought the product, and that has brought my whole average down. So I want to keep it high. I want to keep it right up there because that gets more eyeballs on the special. Thank you, as always, to Comedy Dynamics for putting that out there. If you are based in London, there's another Australian comedians dope comedy show coming up on the 2nd of June at Backyard Comedy Club. It is our 1-year anniversary show, which means I've been in London for like 18 months now. So coming over here listening to Americans talk is very fucking weird. Whereas back in the day, I think I was much more used to an American accent than an English accent. I think it's flipped. I think it has flipped. But that's okay because I'm getting a tan. I'm currently wearing a hat backwards and I'm shirtless because I'm trying to assimilate, because I know the American government doesn't like too much diversity at the moment. So I want to fit the fuck in. I want to keep it 100 American. But I don't want to drag this intro out. It's a great chat, a brief chat with the very funny Phil Wang. So yeah, you can talk about your bad attitude first if you like. If that's how you want to begin.
I don't know. I think I've started to take life for granted.
Started to take life for granted.
Yeah. I've started to take everything for granted.
Well, that's like a heavy start. This is like the mid morning, the sun's shining, and you're like, I've taken life for granted.
Yeah, a little bit.
But like, what aspect? Not like the whole thing. Not like I'm gonna live forever. Are you there? That'd be an interesting place to be.
Where?
I'm gonna live forever. I'm gonna live forever, guy.
Yeah, I reckon that'd be pretty depressing if you found out you're gonna live forever. Yeah, then you'd quite rightly take life for granted. Your life, certainly.
Yeah. But like, I figured you weren't taking life for granted because I know that what I'm cutting into here is like pre-Pilates.
Oh yeah, I'm going to Pilates in about 45 minutes.
I think a person who Pilates is not taking anything for granted. Not flexibility, not life, not health.
I had to start getting proper back pain before I did it though.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's quite a reactive move than a proactive one.
That was like me with quitting smoking. I used to get like real bad stomach shit.
Oh really?
Like, oh, you're so brave for quitting, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, I am.
What was happening to your stomach?
Just real kind of weird cramps, and like it was called gastritis.
Gastroenteritis?
No, just gastritis. Just
gas right into it.
Just basically like you can get it for just having a really bad diet as well. but like I would just get it from smoking. And I tried to like cut down my drinking. I tried to eat better, and nothing helped. And then I got rid of smoking, and I just immediately felt heaps better.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I quit smoking about a year or two ago.
Yeah. Do you miss it still? I still miss the act of it, but not anything else.
Yeah, I miss the routines. I miss the paraphernalia and the rhythms of it. I miss stepping outside. I miss saying to a girl, "You want to have a cigarette," and going outside and taking a break and having a chat, and the cold hum of a London night.
This is fucking poetry to me. I'm like, oh, this is all the good stuff. This is exactly what I miss.
But I'm at the stage now where I don't enjoy the actual smoking, and I can very easily say no thank you, even when I'm drunk now.
I went like turkey. I was like, I've not had a single one.
Oh yeah, I just break.
Since.
That's very impressive. I've regressed a few times with the odd one here and there.
Yeah,
but they're getting rarer and rarer.
Okay.
And I'm hitting. I think my smoking is an asymptote, that I'm approaching.
Yeah.
Whereas I'll probably still have a few in my life, but they're getting more and more spread out.
Yeah, I get you.
And the occasion has to be greater and greater and greater to warrant it. And
that's interesting. Yeah, I like that.
so like a birthday, yeah.
Yeah, your birthday or someone else's?
Like anyone's birthday.
Anyone's birthday.
Like when the Google comes up with an image because it's some famous dead person's birthday. Yeah, right. I'll roll one up then. But aside from that, it has to be very special.
Yeah, you're like, bang, I'll have a dart.
I'm just very good at now. Yeah, I like a dart. That's the Australian word for it.
That's the Australian word?
I like a dart.
And durry as well? Did you get around durry?
Oh, yeah, I heard durry.
Yeah.
But is that derived from dart?
I assume so.
A durry.
I don't think we would have just come up with it.
I don't know. Australians are pretty skilled at just coming up with anything with a Y after it.
But we shorten. That's our thing. We never happened upon anything that wasn't there before. The whole Australian experience is there was something, and then we took it and made it our own.
And got rid of some of it.
Hey, come on. Shortened it. No.
I'm now good at reminding myself how bad I'll feel the morning after even one cigarette now.
That's interesting. I definitely I'm not a morning after guy. I'm always drinking. I'll keep going.
What do you mean?
I don't think about the next day.
Oh yeah. No,
I'm in this now. I'm tunnel.
Yeah, I'm not very good at living in the present, I guess, but it has benefits. Foresight being one of them.
Yeah, this has been a deep start to this chat. I've liked it.
Yeah, this is just how I talk now.
Really?
Yeah, I've never been good at.
You've gotten deep.
I don't want to be one of those bores who says, I don't get small talk, as if that's just not a lack of skill.
A lack of skill.
Yeah, because small talk is a skill. It's an important skill.
That's true. But I just think, that's like what is it? Platitude. I don't get small talk. It's like, fuck off. You're just wasting time.
Small talk is just politeness, isn't it?
I think so. I like a good chat. I got my girlfriend accuses me of flirting with weight stuff. Male, female. This ain't.
Oh
this,
yeah.
This
yeah.
ain't. It's like an actual flirting. She's just stop being so nice to the weight stuff.
I'm often your girlfriend in those situations.
But it's nice. It's just nice to talk to them like
I always
they're
feel
people.
But they're not. I always feel like that I'm testing their patience. That they'd rather not talk. Maybe this betrays my own low self-esteem.
Yeah, you're projecting. You're like, oh god,
I wouldn't want to talk to me. So why would these people?
But yeah,
they probably just want to get on with their jobs.
But one of the things I know about you is you love a meal.
I love a meal, sure.
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
You're enthusiastic about the food. So I thought that would translate to the restaurant experience. You'd want to be a part of it. You want to be like, what's in that?
Sure.
Get the chat going.
I guess, yeah. And if I'm at a fancy place where where they're career waiters, then sure. But if it's a chain place where it looks like it's just a job,
yeah,
and then I don't want to bother them. And then
right.
I sort of imagine. I mean, I'm being very presumptuous, imagining they're not interested in the same
in your chat,
in me or in the food or in anything. And I'm not really a talkative person anyway.
Not a really talkative person, says Phil Wang, comedian, and I've done the research. I've looked you up. You seem like you've been performative for a while. But I want to get into one thing before we jump into that, which is Australia.
Oh, yeah.
You knew Dart, which means you've been to Australia a bit.
Yeah.
This is some proper knowledge.
I got back from Australia, 2 weeks ago now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was there for a while at Melbourne Festival for a month. And before Melbourne, I went to Canberra and Gold Coast. And then after, I went to Sydney.
Okay. What was your number one? Did you have a number one city?
Well, Melbourne is like one of my favorite cities on earth.
Really?
Yeah, it's just great. I mean, the food's amazing.
Yeah.
Beautiful people. Every neighborhood is a cool neighborhood.
Okay.
Even like the center of town is cool.
Melbourne CBD is the best CBD in Australia, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Like, other CBDs are pretty grim.
Yeah. For non-Aussies, a CBD is...
A central business district.
Yeah.
The main bit of town.
It's far from just business, baby.
The inner city.
I love a little grid system. Love a grid.
Well, Sydney's no grid.
Alleys.
I'm a Sydney boy. I resent the grid.
But I came to really like Sydney this time around. Every time I go, I like it a bit more. I really liked it this time. And you were up in Surrey Hills, which is such a beautiful spot. And
where I used to live.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
really?
Man.
Yeah, Surrey Hills is nice.
Surrey Hills. Shout out Surrey Hills, Redfern. The good areas. The good hoods.
Yeah. I went to the Opera House again. Did the Opera House a couple of times.
So you performed in the Opera House?
Yeah, in the Opera House. I did it once last year, then twice this year.
Does that have any cultural significance to you? Do you kind of feel it? Are you kind of like, ooh, this is big?
Yeah, when we visited it the first time, because it's one of those things that you see photos of all the time.
That's what I was going to say.
And
it's like a postcard venue.
Yeah, and you think, it's not all that. But it's not until you really go there that you realize its magnificence and its uniqueness. Yeah. And just how great a venue it is. I think it's designed so that you don't need a microphone to be heard.
Right.
You know, it's for opera. Right? Yeah. But you know the story of the designer,
the Danish guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who when they're about to finish building it, it was sort of a national embarrassment.
Yeah.
The Opera House.
Because everyone hated it.
They hated it.
Like, this is gross.
And they exiled him.
Yes.
And they hid porn in his luggage.
They put porn in his
luggage. Which
I didn't know this bit.
Then found so that he wouldn't be allowed back.
And what a time it was.
He wasn't invited to the opening ceremony, and he never ever saw it again.
Yeah, but there was the one thing I knew is that they were going to get him back because he didn't do the inside, like he didn't do the fit out.
Right.
Because of the embarrassment thing. Like, they didn't do like the inside, so it wasn't designed to his specifications, so they haven't really nailed the acoustics.
Yeah, I think they later did do it, his inside design, his interior design.
Well, he was going to, and he died. Yeah. The tragedy. I forget his name. I should know his fucking name.
It's like Jorn Opera House. We shouldn't make fun of the dead. Actually, it doesn't matter. No, they're the first people who should make fun of the dead.
I thought we were making fun of Scandinavian people, which I'm all for.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like making fun of a Swede. Yeah, fuck it, get him. Like, feel no guilt. None. Absolutely none. But yeah, so do you like Australia? Do you like performing in Australia?
Yeah, I do. Melbourne is quite a London-y kind of town, I think. They're quite similar. Sydney, they're a little more up for it and a little more raucous and a little more...
yeah. I think we're angrier in Sydney. We got more emotion. Things are slightly more expensive. There's slightly more of us.
Yeah.
The streets are a lot of one-way streets. We're kind of like, we're ready to go.
Yeah, I got that vibe. We were there for Anzac Day.
Did you do Two Up?
Yes, we went to see Two Up,
Amazing.
which is the most insane thing I've ever seen.
Yeah. Do you want to describe?
So Two Up it's coin flipping, and you gamble on a coin flip in a crowd, and it's legal for one day of the year.
Correct. Sun up to sundown.
Yeah, sun up to sundown on Anzac Day.
Yeah.
And it's completely unregulated, so you just make bets with each other in the crowd as someone on stage flips 2 coins.
I used to be the guy. I spent 3 Anzac days as the flip guy.
The tosser?
Yeah.
Oh, is it not the spinner? The spinner. Yeah.
I thought you were having a go at me, calling me a tosser. I was like, fair enough. Look, light me up my own home. That's fine.
Light me up.
Yeah. What? No.
I've never heard that phrase.
What? Fuck off.
Light me up.
You must have heard that in Australia.
No, is that like make fun of me?
Yeah.
Light me up.
Yeah.
Wow, that's very charming. I like light me up.
I think we have quite good turns of phrase. Like, I don't think we're known for being particularly like eloquent, but I think we turn a phrase.
You're the Shakespeares of the Southern Hemisphere. And I've always said this.
Always. He's said it for many years. Said it
I said it before I went.
Since 1990. Phil Wang's been saying it. No, okay. So one thing I was going to ask, did you find in Australia you had a more Asian crowd? Because I don't know where England keeps Asian people. When I say Asian, I mean East Asian.
Yeah, exactly.
And it genuinely bothers me a little bit.
It's disconcerting, isn't it? Yeah, there are so many more Phil Wang Asians.
Great.
Whereas here you get more Nish Kumar, Ramesh Ranganathan, Shah Asians.
And like, did they come out to see you? Cause
yeah, they did. A whole bunch did.
Because I did a split bill with a Korean dude, and just the number of Asians in the crowd just like doubled from any other gig I've ever done. Well, I think they're looking for it. Like they're just in Australia, being like, "Can we see some Asians on stage, please?"
Yeah, it's great. I mean, I swear in the past, Asians didn't really come out at all.
They just stayed home.
Yeah, pretty much. But now, now that there are more and more East Asians in the media and public culture and film, TV and stuff, I think more and more are going out, which is great.
They're coming out.
And so I had a bunch of brothers and sisters in over the month. And even now in London, more and more.
You get more in London?
Yeah.
That's good. Do you like it? Do you feel like more of a shorthand? Because you grew up Malaysia?
In Malaysia, yeah.
Yeah, and Brunei, which I really want to fucking talk to you about.
Yeah. I went to boarding school in Brunei for 2 years.
That's like the most exotic experience I've ever heard.
Really?
Boarding school in Brunei.
Brunei is like the most boring country on earth.
I know that, but just like, not like, I would argue you're the only person I've met who's gone to boarding school in Brunei.
Oh, really?
I don't think I know anyone who's been to Brunei, let alone boarding school. I didn't know they did boarding schools in Brunei.
They had one.
They had one.
Yeah.
Were you like literally the only boarding school?
Well, it's a tiny, tiny country. I think we were the only boarding school.
Wow.
I think so. Actually, yeah, I think so.
Okay. So what ages was that? When were you in the Brunei?
14 to 16. For
so
GCSEs.
A couple of years.
Yeah. It was a wonderful time.
Really?
Yeah, I loved it. Yeah.
Why? What is it even like?
Because I was just in there with all these international people. Because Brunei is a bit of a focal point for a bunch of different nationalities. Because there's oil there and the British Army. It's still technically in a state of war with, I think, Indonesian communists or something like this. And so the British Army is still there, still stationed there. And there are Gurkhas, so they're Nepalese people. The oil brings in Brits, Nigerians, there are a good few Nigerians.
Right.
Aussies, Kiwis were there for the teaching. And so you had I had friends from all over the world. Right,
and you're just in this school with like very international classmates. Did you do much outside the school? Like, did you just roll around Brunei? Was it like in a city? Were you in the country?
Really. We were not in the city. No, we just lived in the boarding house, and then you walked to school and walked back to the boarding house. And on the weekends, I'd go stay with one of the friends who lived elsewhere in Brunei. But no, it wasn't exactly a rollicking country. But living with your friends and stuff was fun. And, and they were like,
why did you end up in Brunei? Is it just like they offered like the GCSEs that you wanted to do?
Yeah, exactly. Okay. And it's the best school. It's on Borneo, so it was very close to where I grew up. Really.
What's the commute like Malaysia to Brunei?
It's a 45-minute flight.
Oh wow, that is closer than I thought it was.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like going to Scotland. It's like going to Edinburgh from London or something.
No way. Yeah, 45 minutes. Jeez, that's Sydney to Melbourne. That's quite close.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, okay. And do you like... Because I didn't know that Brunei was like a former British colony. Obviously, I always like to get into that when I do the podcast. Union Jack-Off, Got it. Their independence in 1994.
1994?
1984.
Oh, 1984. Oh, that's still later than I thought it was.
Yeah.
Because it's still... they weren't part of... They were just a protectorate then, is that right?
Look, I didn't go that deep in the research. I looked at independence. I didn't go like what type of... how they were connected to the Commonwealth. I should have, all right? I was juicing. I was making juice.
Yeah, thank you for the juice.
That's okay.
Delicious juice.
But see, this is what I mean about your food thing. The reason I'm aware of that is because I felt like more pressure than like a regular person. Because people like food, you feel like there's more pressure when really probably you're just going to appreciate it more.
Exactly. I just like everything pretty much.
Yeah.
I'm really not fussy. I hate fussy eaters. The most boring people in the world. Yeah. Fussy eaters.
Do you cook as well as review? Or?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah? Oh, wow. That was the Phil Wang voice.
Sorry,
right
now you've made me very angry. Yeah. I don't cook as much as I should really, but I love going. Hey, don't get me wrong. I love going to a restaurant.
Love going to a restaurant?
I love going to restaurants. I like to cook. I love wine. I'm getting into wine. Trying to like pair wines with foods and stuff. I find really fun.
This is some good like middle age.
Yeah, man.
Kind of vibes.
Yeah.
I'm feeling that like Pilates, pairing wine.
I was born middle aged, basically. I think.
Yeah, you're an old man. Well, you got an old man's voice.
Like literally.
Yeah, just like your accent, I cannot for the life of me. That's why I was like really interested, like where you grew up and stuff, because I'm like, where the fuck did that come from?
Yeah, it's
like a children's book.
A children's book.
Yeah,
my
like
accent.
It's got like this real kind of like little like built-in whimsy, and it's very expressive. You know what I mean?
Oh, I thought my voice was very boring.
Really?
Yeah, it was very dull.
Oh, no, that's not what I'm hearing.
Oh, that's good.
Well, I don't know, because I was like looking it up, because you grew up mostly in Malaysia, and like I don't want to.
I still spent most of my life in Malaysia.
Yeah, like, and I don't want to tell tales out of school, but that's not a Malaysian accent. That's not what that is.
Yeah, it's sort of an international school accent, so it sounds quite American at times, but it's gotten more and more British as I've lived here.
Yeah.
But the Malaysians started to come back, and if I go back to Malaysia, if I speak to Malaysians, it comes out.
That's interesting. I definitely get more Australian when I hang out with Australians.
Oh yeah.
I just start dropping G's and like really.
You dropped a G just then. You just said dropping. I just start dropping G's.
Yeah, because I was thinking about hanging out with Australians. That's how it works. No, but it's funny how that. I think everybody gets that. Like, you just kind of get more comfortable in that, and you kind of want to be a part of that group again. So like your brain just automatically switches it.
Yeah.
Because I was doing shows with this like Australian YouTube guys, like Country Australian. And by the end of that, I was coming back here being like, fuck, man, so good to be here. Like, honestly, so fucking good. Jeez.
Oh, get fucked. Shit house.
Yeah.
I love shit house. Shit house is my favorite Australianism, I think.
Shit house.
You get fuckhead. I really like fuckhead.
Is that not everywhere?
It's quite Australian, fuckhead.
Okay. Yeah, fuckhead. Yeah.
Reese Nicholson says fuckhead a lot in his set. It's really funny. All right, fuckhead. Shit house is really good.
Yeah. Did you get any other ones like Fang or anything like that? Like
Fang?
It? Yeah, like I could be like Fangus a dart would be like give me a cigarette.
Fang,
yeah.
Oh no, I didn't hear Fang.
You can also be like in a car being like Fang it means like drive fast.
Cooked.
Cooked?
I learned cooked.
I love cooked. I think cooked is probably my favorite at the moment in
really?
Australian slang.
Cooked it. Absolutely cooked it.
Oh no, I also go with like, oh man, I'm so cooked. Like as in I'm wrecked, like I'm drunk, whatever. Just like.
But it can also mean like something's cool. Like that's cooked.
You can't. No, that's definitely not true.
Really?
No.
I swear someone told me that you could. It's like
that's cooked.
Yeah.
No. That's
so it's always negative.
Yeah, I think so.
I thought someone told me that it could be positive.
I think someone may have been lying to you. I mean, that I think is probably the great Australian attribute. We lie about our country. Like I've started doing it. I've started over here. I just drink Foster's now, just because I want to fuck with people. I mean, it's fine. I can get through it. But just like, people are like, what? I thought Australians don't drink Foster's. Like, what are you talking about? It's all we drink. That's how I live now.
Now climb on my pouch and let's go.
But yeah, before you'd come to Australia the first time, did you have like many expectations of it? Like, as a Malaysian or a Brit?
I'd visited it once as a child. I'd gone to Perth. A lot of Malaysians go to Perth.
Really? What do Malaysians dig about Perth? Just like the beaches and shit? Like,
I don't know.
Or they live there? Or they visit?
I don't know. I think it's just it's in a way sort of the closest opportunity for a Western life.
Yeah, sure.
While staying pretty close to home.
I getcha.
You know, it's literally right on the western tip.
Yeah.
It's about as close as Malaysia as you can be in Australia.
Yeah.
I don't know really. But there are a lot of Malaysians there. But aside from that, I've not been to the other parts of Australia. I was expecting it to be... I think I was expecting it to be a lot more sort of rough and ready. A little more Wild West.
Yeah.
But because of where I went, namely Melbourne, I was quite surprised just how sort of European it is.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like...
I mean, that is not typical for the country.
You don't
obviously.
think?
Well, Melbourne, no.
I don't think Melbourne...
Obviously not. I mean, the politics of Australia would indicate that.
I think Melbourne and Sydney are very, like... We're pretty much the same. And then there's, like, the rest, which is a bit... But even so, like, I think we're kind of portrayed definitely more like, oh yeah, it's like rough down there, like, you know, blokes and singlets fighting each other. It's like, not really.
Yeah, it's
Can't
not
even take a drink outside, dude. Like, come on. Like,
a Saturday night in London, in England, is rougher than
100%.
a Saturday night in Australia, easily.
100%.
Easily, yeah.
Especially once you get out of like central London, like you're going like through like Leeds and Manchester and shit. People are fucking just screaming. They just scream in the street. I don't understand it. I'm just like, how is this okay with everybody? Like the train. You ever been on like the last train to anywhere? And it's just like the drunkest motherfuckers you ever seen in your life. But like, it's not like a bunch of 16 to 25-year-olds. It's just like 43-year-old like husbands and wives just screaming at each other.
It's really horrible.
Over rosé.
Really horrible.
But like, if I lived there though, I would drink also. Like,
if you lived in
those
Sheffield
like,
or something.
Yeah, this is like, the one I was thinking of was Southport to Manchester, just going through all these like...
Fuck Southport, yeah.
Just like going through all these towns that just like... I couldn't even attempt to spell them. They're just like these dumb like English names like Nay Le Sa, and you're like, oh great. Like, if I lived there, I'd be fucking ripped too. You know, like Jesus. Because at least Australia, like if you live in those country towns, like at least it's pretty. At least there's like some nature and some weather and
you got space and
this is just like just commuting to Manchester from a village and you're like, ugh. I don't know.
Yeah.
But like you live central London, right? You're like...
Yeah, I live pretty central. I'm trying to move out though.
Trying to get out?
Yeah.
Trying to get into the sticks?
Yeah, a little bit. Well, not sticks, but just some distance from the centre would be nice. A little quiet.
Zone
and some
3?
sense of community.
Community? Man. I miss that from Sydney actually. Because like where I used to live, like you'd walk down the street and like the cafes kind of be like, you'd make eyes.
They'd be like, Daniel!
Least. No, come on. Like,
Danny!
I wish. That'd be cool. Like I'm the fucking Fonz. Everyone's psyched. No, but just like people would remember you. Whereas like here, like I've been here like pretty much the whole time I've been in London, so like 18 months, and like even though if I go to the same place, like not a single person like recognizes me from having been to that place previously.
Or if they do recognize you, they don't care.
Yeah, they're just like we don't want to put this on you.
Yeah.
The other thing I've had is like people recognizing me from shows.
Oh yeah,
like which is terrifying. Because that's the thing, like London, you assume like peak anonymity as like a performer or whatever, because there's just so many people here, and then like people recognize you, like must have been bad. They mustn't have liked it to play it that way.
I had my first getting recognized in an annoying. I was annoyed by being recognized for the first time the other night.
Annoyed?
Yeah.
So what?
Because usually I've started getting recognized more and more, and it's usually great. Like I love it. I like taking photos of people. I like that people recognize me. I like that people like my stuff, whatever. But on Saturday night, I was heading somewhere, and there were just these two drunk guys. Just like, Phil Wang. I saw you on a Rose Battle. I was like, oh yeah. And they're like, it was shit. And I just went, oh, you didn't like it? And they went, nah, it was good. That kind of just boring, dumbass guy. It's like, oh, fine. And I ended up on the same carriage as them. And they started doing this annoying thing where they were saying out loud, has he been on Mock the Week? No, he hasn't been on Mock. He's not good enough to be on Mock the Week. And I'm just like sitting there looking at my phone, pretending that I can't. And I thought, should I get off at the next stop and change carriage? But I don't want them to see me defeated like that.
Yeah.
So I just stayed there until I got to my stop, and eventually they came and sat next to me, and they're like asking me about, I don't know, Al Murray or whatever. And I said, yeah, I don't know, man. Got off, and then as I was getting off, one of them said, hey, tell James Acaster that. And I just blocked it out of my ear. Yeah. And that was the first time I've been like...
But that's really shitty, though, I think.
Oh, yeah. But they were just pissed.
But, like, there's being pissed, and there's, like, that just seems, like, so annoying. Like, really intentionally as well.
Yeah.
Like, just, like, doing your inner monologue, like, has he been on Mock the Week? Oh, probably not good enough. You're like, oh, cool. You don't think I have those thoughts already, bro? Like, come on. Why are you outsourcing this shit?
Also, like, you're in your mid-20s. Why don't you have the chat of, like, 55-year-old?
Oh, they're in their mid-20s?
Yeah.
Oh,
they're like our age.
I had them, like, 45.
Exactly. I mean, that's how they sounded. It's like, come on, guys. You got a couple of decades left before you're this fucking lame.
Yeah, weird. Wow. Yeah. So most interactions are positive, though. Most people are like, excited to see you.
Yeah,
they're like,
they politely ask for a photo, and I'm like, yeah, sure.
Yeah. Because I guess you're, like, recognizable. You got a strong look.
Oh, thanks, man.
I think.
I don't have much of a jaw. You've got quite a good jaw. I don't have a jaw.
Oh, thank you. I've never had my jaw complimented before, so I'm going to remember this.
Oh yeah, no problem. Maybe it's the facial hair.
The facial hair, definitely.
I don't have the option of that.
You can't facial hair?
No, cannot. I've been working on this one for about 3 months.
Yeah. Nothing.
Nothing.
No shadow? You can't shadow? Can't moustache?
The thing is, I grow enough that I have to shave it.
Yeah.
But not enough that it would come to anything. So I'm in this perfect sour spot. I don't know what the opposite of a sweet spot is. A bitter spot. I'm in this bitter spot.
I like sour spot. I enjoy
sour
that.
Spot? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm in the sour spot of I have to shave.
Yeah.
But it's not a choice between two pleasing aesthetics.
Yeah.
It's just maintenance. It's just cleaning.
It's just cleaning? It's just a chore. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like if you let a place get really dirty, like you don't sweep for a while, it's going to turn into a beard.
It's going to turn into a nice carpet.
Yeah, it's just like, it's just shit again. Interesting. Wait, so you were GCSEs Brunei.
Yeah.
Then you moved to Bath.
That's right.
Was that with the fam or on your own?
The mum and sisters moved there like a year before I went out.
What about the dad? Where's the dad?
Well,
at?
he splits his time between Malaysia and Bath.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So do you go back to Malaysia? Do you visit?
Like once every 2 years. I think I have to go back at the end of this year for a wedding.
Yeah.
But I don't really go back very much anymore.
Don't dig it?
No, I had my fill really, and I'm not a very nostalgic person.
No, I'm sensing that. I'm sensing a lack of nostalgia.
Yeah.
So,
I move on from things.
So what about Bath then? Because Bath, for me, in my head, is like the most nostalgic English town.
Yeah, it's very picturesque.
Yeah, like Roman baths. For those
But it's not
there.
like I don't feel like I'm from anywhere really. So I don't feel I'm from there.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like everywhere I've ever lived, I'm like a visitor.
Right, that's interesting.
Yeah, I think it's quite common for someone who moves around and stuff. But,
yeah, but like what? So you're like 16 years in Malaysia, 2 years with 2 years Brunei as well, and then Bath.
Yeah.
And then London?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, and I guess London's where I feel most at home at.
Right.
Because I've sort of made a life here.
Yeah.
But I have no sense of community or home or nostalgia, so I get very cold about other people's senses of community and home and nostalgia.
Really?
And I don't have any patience for it.
When people are reminiscing, you're like, ugh.
Yeah, I find it very boring, and
that's interesting.
Maybe on some level, I am envious.
Yeah,
but and so like it's bled into my politics now that I'm basically becoming, I suppose, what people would call neoliberal, although that's quite meaningless. Of just being, about the freedoms of the individual and I sort of reject identity politics and community because I've never had one, and so I don't see the value of it.
So you don't feel part of like any community?
No, the comedy community is the closest I've felt to being part of community.
Right, so not even like, because Malaysia, former colony, like Brunei and stuff, like it's all kind of Britishy. Like you gone to Cambridge to the Fullites, like.
Yeah, I feel quite British, I guess.
Yeah, I mean that's what I would if I was gun to my head. Where's Phil Wang from?
Yeah,
I'd be like, yeah, he's British.
Yeah,
British guy.
That's not the same as feeling part of.
Feeling part of the thing?
Yeah.
What about football? Like your sports draw you in?
Nope.
No national with football?
I enjoyed watching England in the World Cup.
Like politics here? If, like an election? Do you get riled up?
I do. I quite like politics, yeah.
But do you get invested on like don't ruin our country?
Yeah, a little. Not enough to like march anywhere. But I don't think I've ever missed. I think maybe I've missed one vote my entire time here.
Dude, I think I'm about to miss my second vote. In Australia, it's compulsory, and I feel real bad.
Do you have to vote from here?
Yeah, but I didn't register as abroad.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know. I don't like this thing now saying this. I was going to see if I get like someone to just sneak in and vote as me in Australia because there's no they don't check anything. You just turn up like, I'm Daniel Muggleton, and they're like, oh yeah, cool. Just cross you up. Australia, very relaxed place.
It's like it's $50 fine if you don't vote.
Like
right?
20.
20?
20, 25, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's like mainly like a slap on the wrist, being like, "Oi, people died for this."
Yeah.
Like, it's not supposed to be.
I'm not sure where I stand on compulsory voting. I feel like it's a good thing, and then I hear what people think, and I go, actually, maybe some people shouldn't vote.
I mean, I think it's good. I think it's just like, because it just encourages.
But it's not like it's, as a result, Australia has the best government in the world, is it?
No.
It's got one of the most chaotic parliaments in the civilized world.
One thing that was very funny was that at university, there's like, because I did law at uni, and so we talk about like the government and like, you know, all that kind of law, like constitutional law. Essentially, even though we don't have anyway, and they said Australia's political system is like one of the most stable, like the way that we've got the Governor General and the Prime Minister and the way that the Houses of Parliament are drawn. It's actually like, in terms of a system, one of the most stable in the world. Right. And then this was in 2010, and since then we've had like fucking 6 prime ministers.
Yeah.
Just, you wake up and there's a new one. You're like, oh, all right. And like, it never used to be like this. Like, that's a very recent development. That like, because if you don't know, Australia, we draw our prime minister, like, it's not voted for by the people. Like, it's not an independent executive like it is in America, like where you elect the president and then there's the House of Congress independently. Yeah, sure. It's like drawn from the House. So it's just like the House just decides who the prime minister is. So you vote for your local member, majority party, and then same as here. Yeah. And it's just recently. It's just been like opinion polling. We lost faith in the leader, so like, we'll just get a new leader.
Okay. So if anything, your democracy is working too effectively. Yeah,
I think so. I mean, I blame the media. I just like saying that. I blame the media. Makes me seem more well-read than I am.
What I didn't realize is that on top of Rupert Murdoch, who is Australian, Australia has its own like smaller version of Rupert Murdoch.
Who's that?
I don't know, like some fat, angry old guy.
I mean, they all are. Fat angry old guy. I don't know who you're talking about.
Okay, never mind.
What, like James Packer? Nah, it wouldn't be that. He's like a casino guy.
Okay.
Alan Jones? Radio guy?
Is he a media mogul?
He's not a media mogul.
No, he's a media mogul. This guy who owns a bunch of papers.
We got 2 moguls?
Apparently.
Interesting.
Okay, maybe I have done my research.
Man, you're getting stitched up here by the Australian people. Think cooked is cool? Oh man, yeah, I'm cooked. I'm one of the coolest blokes ever. And now we got 2 media moguls. No, we don't. Don't be silly. So I was gonna say, you went to Cambridge.
Yeah.
From Bath.
Yeah.
You went to. I looked up your school, Kingswood School.
You like that name?
I like because I went to a private school as well, and I always like the name of the old boys. I think that's like one of the funniest things because like they try to make it seem like this is a good name.
Oh, so your school tried to sound older than it was?
Yeah, or just no, the old boys, like the alumni, like those meetings, where it's always like, it's a Trinity. That means you're an old Trinitarian. And you're like, fucking catchy, dude.
Is that your name of your school?
Yeah, Trinity. Yeah,
Trinity. And that's pretty.
And you're an old Kingswoodian.
Yeah, although I didn't really like that school very much.
You didn't like it?
No.
Just so you know, that they have included you on the Wikipedia for notable alumni.
Have they?
Yeah, you're on there, baby.
Me and Tim Curry.
I don't know who Tim Curry is. Tim Curry.
He's he's the guy, the cross-dresser in not Little Shop of Horrors. What's the other one?
Got nothing for you here.
Horror show. For God's sake, my fucking memory.
I love that you're doing a Google. That's strong. Because it will bother you.
Did you ever watch The Wild Thornberrys?
Yes.
He was the dad.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
That's a good get.
Yeah, that's good.
Dude, good get for you, included on that list.
Long John Silver in Muppets Treasure Island.
Wow. So he was like the main guy. Because I was going to say, like, they're notable alumni. It's like a bunch of people like historian, communist, veteran.
Oh, he's it. In the original It.
He's it?
Yeah, he's it.
Oh, wow. That's kind of
Rocky
creepy.
Horror Picture Show.
Rocky Horror Picture Show.
He's a cross-dressing guy in Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's a good list to be on.
He was in Little Mermaid. In the series. Oh, yeah. I used to watch that series when I was a kid.
Little Mermaid?
Yeah.
I think I watched it too.
He's in Jimmy Neutron. Captain Planet?
Was he Captain Planet?
He was in Captain Planet.
Oh.
Wow. Yeah. He's in the Jumanji cartoon. Carmen Sandiego? Whoa, he's in everything. Sonic the Hedgehog? The Mask animated series. Yeah, I guess he did a lot of voice stuff. Yeah, so it's me and Tim Curry.
You're Tim Curry.
Yeah.
You're the creative people at the Kingswoodians.
Yeah, I guess so.
Man, that was like... His credits are just like... Are you like 90s kid? Like, just like... That's like crack for a 90s kid.
Yeah.
Like, literally everything got a mention.
Yeah.
Everything you'd almost forgot about. You're like, fuck, Captain Planet, really?
He was a voice of childhood.
Yeah. So, okay, so you didn't like the school too much. Did you like Bath, though? How do you feel about Bath?
Yeah, fine. Boring.
Fine?
Yeah, fine. Yeah, fine. But I didn't feel part of it ever. I didn't feel part of...
Right. Like Cambridge, you feel a part of Cambridge?
I did, but only for the time you were there. I mean, as it should be the case.
No, but you guys... I've hung out with Pierre, your good friend. You guys fucking carry the Cambridge forever.
What do you mean?
It's like, it's like part of it, I think. It's like, it seems like a very defining experience. And I've been there and I've seen the shit and you're kind of like, this would last.
Oh, yeah. It's been there for a while.
Yeah. This ain't a regular university.
It's older than America by some margin.
It's weird.
And yeah, you feel like you survive something going through it and you achieve something and you hold on to that.
Yeah.
And because the comedy in Cambridge is so good, I got to, practice a lot there. And
wait, so you feel like you survived going through Cambridge?
Well, especially, I had a very I studied engineering, which was very hard.
Right.
It was the hardest thing I've ever done. I've lived a pretty easy life. But yeah, the engineering degree, Cambridge engineering is very, very difficult. And so the relief I felt when I finished that and decided to go into comedy instead was palpable.
Right. So did you think you were going to go into comedy while you were studying engineering?
Yeah. So I won a student competition in the middle of my degree, and I got signed after that while studying still. So I kind of got a head start in a way.
Did you finish the degree?
Yeah, finished it. 4 years, masters.
Masters?
Yeah, most Cambridge engineers do 4 years and get a master's.
Okay.
Yeah.
And was there ever any pull to engineering? Any desire?
Really? No, not really. I did like a couple of months at this structural design company, and that was fine, but it was boring.
Was that while you were at uni or after?
Yeah, while I was there.
Just like a little internship type?
Yeah, like just a little industry experience. And I was just like going and checking calculations that they didn't really need checked, and then I'd go have a sandwich on a bench, and this horrible pigeon without a leg would come and make me feel gross and lose my appetite, and then I go back and just rinse and repeat every day. And I was like,
the same pigeon?
Same pigeon.
Fuck. It's like your spirit animal. Just coming up being like, this isn't for you, Phil.
Like a spirit. Yeah, maybe that was it. Maybe it's actually looking out for me.
Yeah, I'm seeing the positive here. I'm refusing to let non-nostalgic Phil Wang just traipse through.
Maybe you're saying stand on your own 2 feet, unlike me.
Yeah. It's a deep pigeon-based metaphor.
Yeah.
All the best metaphors, I think, involve a pigeon or two.
Yeah. So that so that was kind of spurred me into doing comedy.
Just the fear of engineering and the fear of that pigeon.
The fear of routine and getting up early and I get bored so easily. So going to the same place every day, I think I just
that'd be tough.
lose my mind. Yeah.
Because out of the law, I never worked in it either. I was just like, nah, this seems bad. But I got the degree. Was it parental stuff? My parents were fucking, just please finish the degree.
Yeah. And they never had to convince me to finish it. I was, I'm very much aware of the sunk cost.
Sure.
And I wasn't going to throw away the hard work that I put in to get there.
Yeah, right.
And so, I was so close, so I might as well finish it. And also just more opportunity to sort of practice comedy in uni.
So is the Footlights very nurturing? Like, is that
It depends on the year.
Because you were the president.
I was the president.
You're the president. Is there an election or is there like a audition?
It's like the Australian government, so so everyone in the Cambridge votes.
Everyone in the Footlights votes.
So everyone in the Footlights committee votes, and you apply to each other to be president or vice president or whatever.
Sure.
The rest of the committee decides between themselves.
Is it one term? You get 1 year as president?
1 year, yes.
Okay. Was it your final year?
It was my final year. Yeah.
So you were doing a master's and being president. What are the duties of a president of a amateur comedy society?
Heavy.
Heavy?
A lot of international conferences.
Nice.
I had to go to the UN a lot.
Really?
Yeah,
Brussels? Yeah. Get some Brussels, some EU stuff?
Yeah. I had to negotiate an end to joke tariffs.
Just like riffing on politics, so easy.
Yeah, I should read more.
Yeah, no, fuck that. I'm anti-reading. It's my new.
That's your new
position.
thing.
Yeah, fuck it. I don't know enough about the things I
That'd
already
be a fun
know.
new activism. Imagine you became the face of not reading.
Not reading. Hey, do you ever find words sleep-inducing? Do you ever think knowing stuff is kind of depressing? Join me, Daniel Muggleton. We will not read. We'll watch sports and speculate.
Marching down to Parliament with all these blank signs.
There's like all these pictures, like, pictures, baby, no caption. That's the vibe. But no, so had you done comedy stuff before you're in the Footlights, or was that your intro?
I didn't. My first ever gig was at school in Bath. And
at school?
One thing I do have to give Kings the credit for is that they had a comedy night.
Wait, the King's School had a comedy night?
Kingswood School. The drama teacher started a comedy night because he was in an improv group, like in Bristol or something. And so he started an improv group among the drama students. I wasn't a drama student, but he put on this comedy night called Club Haha in the drama studio.
Amazing.
And he advertised like you can do 5-minute spots of stand up, and I went up and asked to do one, and I did one.
Your material or
no? There was a lot of stolen Russell Peters jokes.
Russell Peters?
Yeah, I just changed Indian for Chinese, and it kind of still worked.
Yeah, because he would have hit Malaysia by then. Russell Peters.
Oh yeah, he was huge. Yeah. He was some of the first stand-up. They started circulating him in Brunei because he was talking about Asians and all these different races.
Exactly.
And stuff.
Yeah.
So all this mixed school obviously loved it because he was talking about all these different races.
Yeah, and everyone's like, it's you. It's fucking you. Yeah. Nice.
And that was the first like Asian. Well, no, not really the first Asian I saw, but the first Asian I saw like on a huge platform doing stand up like that.
Yeah.
And so I stole a bunch of his gags and a bunch of other gags from other comics, and it went well. And then I realized that you're supposed to write your own stuff, so I wrote another set and did it in the next school show in the big assembly hall with like a really big audience. Oh. And I wrote material about like the teachers and the students and everything. Yeah. And it went really well. And
it went well.
It went well.
Holy shit! Yeah.
I've never been able to do that set again, obviously. But gotta
go to the old Kingswoodians.
It's still one of my faves.
Really? Do you have the material somewhere? Just like saved, or do you just remember it?
I think it'd be on an old computer.
Wow, that's so funny. And just how many people are here? Like in the school assembly, like 1,000?
It wasn't at the assembly. It was on the special night, but I was in the hall, and I think it was full. It must have been like 300 people or something.
Wow! And you just went up. My God, I can't imagine anything more terrifying than that.
Yeah, I mean, I could never do it now. But that's just the gumption of youth, you know. Like you have nothing to lose.
Yeah, and you're just like 17. Was everyone
no one's expecting anything of you.
Was everyone in like school uniform? Were you in school uniform?
I don't think so. It was evening.
Okay.
But, yeah, the borders might have been. I'm not sure.
Yeah, there's like a lectern.
No, I think it's a stage and a mic.
You just wandered around. You're just going up and down there.
Yeah, I know, right?
You know Mr. Perkins? Who has been taught by Mr. Perkins? Like, woo! Fucking incredible.
Yeah, he touched me. Get off! The truth will come out. I had a house. They go to jail for having sex with one of the students.
Oh, yeah. I mean, my school, before I got there, this guy sued everyone. Got tied to a pole and shit.
Or a student?
Yeah.
He sued the other students
Yeah, and the school.
for not looking after him.
Yeah, boarding house.
Did you win?
Oh, yeah. Big settlement.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. This is very public. This is like, when I was, it was like, yeah, like, you know, everyone's yelling at me, like, gay school, anaconda, blah.
Gay school anaconda.
Yeah, it's like gay schools in Rural Gay, because we went there, and anaconda because that was the name of, like, the dildo they used on the dude.
They put a dildo up him?
Yeah, it was very public, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
That was like 2 years before I went there, so all the guys who went to, like, the public school down the road, they knew.
And for you, public school is a state school?
Correct.
Yeah. So, when you say big settlement, how big? Because I could dig up some memories. I'm about to mean makeup.
Yeah, we gotta wrap this thing up. But yeah, I would assume millions of dollars.
Really?
Yeah, dude. Like, to not release the intimate details of it, yeah.
Wow.
There's no way they wouldn't have coughed up millions. No way. This school had money, dude. Like, and they,
millions.
Would have been big. All right, it's go time.
Yes, I'm afraid it is.
It's okay.
I'm really sorry.
I think we've had a good chat. I think.
Yeah.
I'm proud because by the end of that, you were genuinely reminiscing. I think I got you there.
You reckon?
Yeah, you were thinking about the school thing. I saw a smile on your face, and you were like, "Fuck, I remember that. That was crazy." That's funny, yeah. So you started there, and then just went to the footlights, and then kind of grew.
Yeah.
Was that a draw of going to Cambridge, the footlights? Or?
Absolutely. I mean, that was one of the main reasons I chose it. My mum would tell me about the footlights when I was a kid, and I was like, "Wow."
Was she an alumni of?
She went to Cambridge. She went to my college.
Oh wow! It's like proper legacy baby.
A little, just the one though.
Just the one.
She was like the second year of women ever to go or something.
Wow.
To college, so it's really recent.
Because your mum's an English woman.
Yeah.
And your dad's a Malaysian man.
Dad's a Malaysian man.
One thing I totally forgot to ask this, but this is the weirdest note ever to end on.
Yeah.
You're Asian. Do people still say it? I was thinking about that today because I think that might be a very Australian thing. Like we would refer to you as Eurasian.
I mean specifically I am.
Yeah.
I am Eurasian.
Yeah.
But I say Asian just because it's less complicated. And
I just like because I was thinking, when I was in high school, like Eurasian, like that was it. That was like the term. That was like what you'd say, like half white, half Asian, Eurasian.
Yeah, that's
bang.
what we'd say as well.
And that's the British people would say that as well. Okay, because I was just wondering.
No, sorry. In Malaysia, as we say that.
What about
in Britain? I suppose people just aren't as interested. Really, it was just strange because it's so uniquely an empire result.
Yeah, absolutely.
Result.
Uniquely an empire result. That is Phil Wang. All right.
Anyway, thanks so much, Daniel. I'm sorry I got to rush.
Yeah. Do it.
Go stretch my back out.
Where can people find you?
At Moss Pilates in King's Cross. Otherwise, Netflix, YouTube, and Twitter. And listen to me and Pierre's podcast, BudPod.
Very first guest in this podcast, Pierre Novellie. Phil Wang, BudPod every week. And just got to say cheers, mate. That's what you got to say.
Cheers, mate.
Fucking crushed it. Cheers, Phil Wang.
Cooked it.
All right. That was my chat with the very funny Phil Wang. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Going from Malaysia... Well, I guess kicking off in Stoke, if you want to get technical, then to Malaysia, then to Brunei, then to Bath, then to Cambridge. Not really feeling any allegiance to any of those places. He reckons it's common. I don't know. Like, I definitely, as I said, when I speak to Phil Wang, I see a British man, a man of the empire, but maybe that's just because he has a more English-sounding accent than me. I don't know. I can't be sure, but... really interesting to chat to him. I still cannot believe that at school, like it would be like a private fancy school, which always has a small class size and like everybody knows everybody. Like he did a stand-up comedy routine at the assembly in front of the teachers and the parents. That shit is mental. Like I'm still kind of unsure about doing comedy at any given time. I'm like, it's weird that I do that. and I'm like 29. If I was 17, being like, hey, you've got a free platform to talk about whatever you want in front of the teachers and the parents. Jesus Christ. It just sounds like a prank. It sounds like someone's playing a prank on you. But maybe that's just my Australian sensibilities being like, that's how these things happen. Nobody succeeds in that situation. That is a certain death, let alone succeeds to the point where it kind of shapes their future career. Also really interesting to me about the Cambridge Footlights and like the fact that his mum kind of regaled him with tales of the Footlights as a boy. It'd be weird for me to like picture growing up and going to a certain university, like a really prestigious academic university, but the main thing that I'm excited about is about a co-curricular activity. Jesus. Anyway, Phil Wang, great chat, great dude. Definitely listen to his podcast with one of our favorites, Pierre Novellie. It is called the BudPod. It sounds like it's about weed, but it's not. It's two very smart fellas talking about very silly things. I highly recommend it. And jerk-offs, if you did enjoy the episode, please do subscribe to the channel. As you know, episodes here come out at random times, so it is good to have a device tell you when they drop. I'm sorry about the inconsistency, but that's just me as a person. And as always, if you enjoyed it, please throw us 5 stars on iTunes. It helps get more people involved in the podcast. Sorry about the audio quality. I'm off to go do some LA shit, like get a pilot deal or a holding deal, or like write in a writer's room and eat in and out while drinking an iced coffee in a non-reusable cup. As always, Daniel Muggleton, it's been a pleasure. Catch you guys next week. Cheers.